In the quiet depths of a high-security underground command center, Admiral Kim Park stood motionless, his eyes fixed on the massive holographic display that stretched across the entire wall. The room hummed with the subtle electronic whispers of advanced monitoring systems, each screen flickering with data streams and cosmic tracking information. Outside, the world continued its normal routine. People walked city streets, drove their cars, and went about their daily lives, completely unaware of the imminent extraterrestrial threat approaching Earth. The command center was a different world, a realm of calculated tension and silent preparation. Captain David Lee adjusted his communication headset, his fingers moving swiftly across digital interfaces. Years of training and countless simulations had prepared him for this moment. The Quantum Detection Grid, a top-secret system developed in hidden research facilities around the globe, began sending initial warning signals. Anomaly detected in Sector 7, a young technician called out, her voice calm but sharp. Her hands moved across holographic controls, pulling up detailed scans of the approaching alien fleet. Admiral Park remained silent, his decades of military experience etched into every line of his face. He had seen countless strategic scenarios, but this was different. The alien fleet approaching Earth was unlike anything humanity had encountered before. The massive alien ships emerged from hyperspace like dark metallic shadows, their design both beautiful and terrifying. Kilometers long, these vessels represented technological capabilities far beyond traditional human understanding. Each ship seemed to pulse with an internal energy, a testament to an advanced civilization that believed Earth was nothing more than a potential conquest. Communication signals began flooding Earth's monitoring systems. These were not diplomatic messages, but stark demands of surrender. The aliens, known as the Zorn Imperial fleet, believed humans were a primitive species incapable of meaningful resistance. Lieutenant Elena Kim, the strategic communications specialist, intercepted and began analyzing these transmissions. Her expertise in xenolinguistics and advanced communication protocols made her the perfect person to decode the alien messages. What she discovered made her pulse quicken. The Zorn were not just planning an invasion. They were expecting complete submission. In another part of the command center, advanced quantum weapon systems began their silent activation sequence. Developed in secret over decades, these weapons represented humanity's ultimate defensive technology. No one outside this room knew their true potential. Captain Lee glanced at Admiral Park, a subtle understanding passing between them. Decades of collaborative military strategy had prepared them for this exact moment. They were not just defending a planet, they were protecting the entire human race. The alien fleet continued its approach, massive engines creating distortions in the local spacetime continuum. Their sensors scanned Earth, collecting data and confirming what they believed to be a simple, technologically inferior target. But they were wrong. Beneath the seemingly calm surface of Earth's defenses, a complex network of quantum-based weapon systems was preparing. These were not traditional missiles or laser cannons. These were weapons that could manipulate fundamental physical properties, capable of destroying entire fleets in mere moments. Admiral Park watched the holographic display, his expression unchanged. Years of military strategy, countless wargames, and hidden technological developments had led to this moment. Humanity was about to show the universe that they were not a species to be underestimated. The alien fleet drew closer, their confidence growing with each passing minute. They saw no significant defensive preparations, no massive space fleets ready to challenge them. They saw only what they expected to see. But humanity had been preparing. Silently. Strategically. Waiting. As the first alien ships crossed the solar system's outer boundary, a subtle change occurred in the command center. The air itself seemed to grow charged with potential energy. Technicians and military personnel moved with practiced precision, each knowing their exact role in the coming confrontation. The invasion was about to begin. And Earth was ready. The alien communication signals cascaded through Earth's global networks like a digital storm. Massive translation algorithms worked overtime, decoding the strange, complex language of the Zorn Imperial fleet. Their messages were not requests, but cold, calculated demands of total surrender. Lieutenant Elena Kim sat in her compact monitoring station, her fingers dancing across quantum-encrypted interfaces. Each alien transmission carried a level of arrogance that made her jaw clench. The Zorn believed humans were nothing more than primitive beings unworthy of resistance. "Attention Earth inhabitants," the translated message read, "your technological capabilities are inferior. Surrender is your only rational option. Resistance will result in complete annihilation." Captain David Lee watched over Elena's shoulder, his eyes scanning the multiple holographic displays. Years of military training had prepared him for potential alien encounters, but nothing could have truly prepared him for this moment. Outside the command center, most of humanity remained unaware. People continued their daily routines, commuters packed into subway trains, children played in city parks, office workers typed away at their computers. The world spun without knowing that first contact was happening at that very moment. The alien fleet approached with calculated precision. Each massive ship represented centuries of technological development far beyond human understanding. Their metallic surfaces reflected starlight, creating an almost beautiful yet terrifying spectacle against the dark canvas of space. Advanced sensor systems on these ships continuously scanned Earth. They collected data on population centers, military installations, and technological infrastructure. The Zorn believed they had complete tactical superiority. Their previous conquests across multiple star systems had reinforced this confidence. Admiral Park watched the holographic display, his expression unchanging. Decades of military strategy had taught him the importance of remaining calm. Every small detail mattered in these critical moments. The alien communication continued, growing more aggressive with each transmission. They described humanity's potential fate with clinical detachment, total submission, or complete destruction. Their language contained no emotional nuance, only pure strategic intent. Elena's translation systems worked rapidly, converting complex alien linguistic patterns into clear, understandable human language. Each word revealed the Zorn's complete underestimation of human potential. "Your technological level is approximately 5 centuries behind our civilization's capabilities," another transmission stated. "Resistance is mathematically improbable." Captain Lee exchanged a quick glance with Admiral Park. A subtle smile flickered across the Admiral's face, a smile that suggested the aliens were about to discover something unexpected. The quantum detection grid continued monitoring the alien approach. Multiple global tracking stations, hidden in remote locations around the planet, collected continuous data. Each alien ship's movement was being mapped with extraordinary precision. Beneath the calm exterior of the command center, advanced weapon systems began their silent preparation. These were not traditional missiles or energy weapons. These were quantum-based defensive technologies that could manipulate fundamental physical properties. The Zorn fleet drew closer, their massive engines creating subtle distortions in local spacetime. They saw no significant defensive preparations from Earth. No massive space fleets. No complex weapon systems. Just a seemingly defenseless planet waiting to be conquered. But humanity had been preparing. Silently. Strategically. Waiting. Elena continued monitoring the transmissions, her professional demeanor hiding the intense anticipation building inside her. The aliens' confidence was about to become their greatest weakness. As the alien fleet crossed the final boundary of Earth's solar system, something changed. A subtle electrical charge seemed to fill the command center. Technicians moved with practiced precision, each understanding their critical role in the coming confrontation. The invasion was moments away from beginning. And Earth was more than ready the moment the alien fleet crossed the critical spatial threshold. Earth's quantum defense systems activated. It was not a gradual process, but an instantaneous transformation that would later be described as technological magic. Captain David Lee's fingers hovered over the activation panel. A single touch would unleash humanity's most advanced defensive technology. His breath was steady, his movements calculated. "Quantum Grid Online," Elena Kim announced, her voice calm and professional. Admiral Park stood motionless, watching the holographic display. Years of secret research, billions of dollars in hidden technological development, and the collective intellectual power of humanity's best scientists were about to be revealed. The first quantum pulse emerged silently, invisible to traditional sensor systems. It moved faster than light, targeting each alien vessel with mathematical precision. These were not traditional weapons, but advanced quantum manipulation technologies that could deconstruct molecular structures in microseconds. Alien ships began experiencing inexplicable system failures. Advanced shields flickered and died. Complex navigation systems turned into useless electronic debris. The Zorn fleet, which moments ago believed in its absolute technological superiority, suddenly found itself completely vulnerable. Inside the alien command ships, confusion transformed into panic. Their sensors could not comprehend the attack. No traditional weapon signatures were detected. No energy emissions. Just complete, systematic destruction. The quantum response was elegant in its simplicity. Each alien vessel was systematically dismantled at the molecular level. Complex technological structures dissolved like sugar in water. Entire battle groups disappeared within seconds, leaving nothing but microscopic particle remnants. Admiral Park watched the display, his expression unchanged. This was not just a defensive action. This was a statement to the universe about humanity's true potential. Communication channels between alien ships turned chaotic. Desperate messages of surrender and confusion flooded their networks. But it was too late. Earth's quantum grid continued its precise, emotionless elimination. The attack lasted less than 7 minutes. When it ended, the space where the mighty Zorn Imperial fleet had existed was now an empty, silent void. No debris. No wreckage. Just pure, empty space. Captain Lee turned to Elena, a slight smile crossing his face. "Quantum response complete," he said simply. The command center remained quiet. No cheering. No celebration. Just the calm professionalism of individuals who had just changed the course of human history. Outside, the world continued its normal routine. People remained unaware that humanity had just defended itself against a technologically superior alien invasion in less time than it took to make a cup of coffee. Admiral Park finally spoke, his voice low and measured. "Inform global leadership. Prepare comprehensive reports." The quantum defense system continued humming, a silent guardian ready for any future threats. Humanity had shown the universe that they were not a species to be underestimated. The most significant moment in human history had occurred. And it happened in complete silence. No one would know how close they had come to total destruction. No one would understand the technological marvel that had just saved the entire planet. Just another day on Earth. But everything had changed. The aftermath of the quantum attack revealed a chilling landscape of absolute destruction. Admiral Rukshin stood before the massive holographic display, watching the final fragments of the Zorn Imperial fleet dissolve into microscopic particles. Not a single alien vessel remained. The space where millions of tons of advanced technological machinery had existed moments before was now a perfect, empty void. No debris. No wreckage. Nothing. Captain David Lee ran rapid diagnostic checks across global monitoring systems. His fingers moved swiftly across quantum interfaces, confirming the total elimination of the alien threat. Each scan returned the same result, complete and absolute destruction. "Total elimination confirmed," Elena Kim reported, her voice steady and professional. The command center buzzed with a strange mixture of tension and calculated calm. Decades of secret preparation had led to this moment. Humanity had not just defended itself, they had sent a message to the entire universe. Advanced tracking systems continued monitoring the now empty space where the alien fleet had existed. Multiple global observation stations collected every microscopic detail of the engagement. Scientists would spend years analyzing these moments. Admiral Park walked slowly across the command center, his experienced eyes scanning each display. Decades of military strategy had prepared him for complex scenarios, but this was different. This was beyond traditional military engagement. The quantum weapons had not just destroyed ships. They had systematically dismantled entire technological systems at the molecular level.
Complex alien technology had been reduced to basic atomic particles in mere moments.
Outside the command center, the world continued its normal routine.
Commuters traveled to work. Children attended school.
People lived their lives, completely unaware of how close they had come to total destruction. Communications began flooding in from various global military and scientific organizations.
Each wanted confirmation.
Each wanted to understand what had just happened. The Zorn fleet is completely neutralized, Captain Lee stated into the communication system.
0 survivors. 0 remaining technological infrastructure. Elena continued monitoring global communication networks.
Alien transmission frequencies remained silent. The mighty Zorn Imperial fleet, which had conquered multiple star systems, had been completely erased from existence.
Admiral Rook Shin reviewed the initial engagement logs.
The aliens' approach had been textbook military strategy, overwhelming force, clear communication of superiority, expected quick surrender.
They had not anticipated humanity's true technological capabilities.
Quantum defense systems remained active, a silent guardian ready for potential future threats. The technology that had just saved humanity continued humming with potential energy, waiting.
Global leadership would soon be informed. Classified reports would be prepared.
But for now, the command center remained a sanctuary of calculated calm. The most significant moment in human history had occurred in less time than it takes to brew a cup of coffee.
No dramatic battles. No prolonged conflicts.
Just pure, precise technological superiority. Captain Lee turned to Admiral Park. No words were necessary. Their decades of collaborative strategy had prepared them for this moment. They had protected humanity. The holographic displays continued showing the empty space where millions of alien ships had existed moments before. A perfect, silent testament to human potential. Elena completed her final system checks. Everything was normal. Everything was secure. Just another day on Earth. But everything had changed. The universe would now understand one fundamental truth: humanity was not a species to be underestimated. The transmission logs began spreading across multiple galactic communication networks within hours of the engagement. Fragmented signals, encrypted data packets, and raw quantum communication streams revealed a story that would reshape interstellar understanding. Earth had transformed from an overlooked planet to a technological nightmare for potential invaders. Admiral Park watched as the first extraterrestrial communication networks began processing the data. Alien civilizations thousands of light-years away would soon understand what had happened. The Zorn Imperial fleet, a civilization that had conquered hundreds of star systems, had been completely eliminated in less than 7 minutes. Captain David Lee monitored the initial response. Advanced communication algorithms tracked the spreading information. Panic, confusion, and disbelief rippled through alien communication networks. "They're analyzing the data," Elena Kim reported, her fingers dancing across quantum communication interfaces. "Multiple alien civilizations are receiving the transmission logs." The message was brutally simple: humanity was not a target. Humanity was a threat. Global monitoring stations continued tracking the spread of information. Each alien civilization that received the transmission would understand the same thing: Earth possessed technology far beyond traditional understanding. Quantum weapons that could dismantle entire fleets at the molecular level were no longer theoretical concepts. Admiral Rook Shin prepared the official global response. It would be calculated, precise, and carry a clear message. No threats. No dramatic declarations. Just a simple statement of technological capability. The quantum communication grid continued humming, a silent guardian of human potential. What had started as a potential invasion had become a pivotal moment in galactic history. Alien civilizations began adjusting their star charts. Invasion plans were deleted. Strategic assessments were rewritten. Earth was no longer seen as a potential conquest. It was now viewed as a potential extinction-level threat. "Transmission complete," Elena announced. The command center remained calm. No celebrations.
No dramatic speeches.
Just the quiet understanding that humanity had just changed the rules of interstellar engagement.
Captain Lee reviewed the final transmission logs. The data was clear and unambiguous. The Zorn fleet had been completely eliminated. No survivors. No remaining technological infrastructure. Classified reports would be prepared. Scientific institutions would spend decades analyzing the quantum response. Military organizations would study every microscopic detail of the engagement.
But for now, the message was clear: do not underestimate humanity.
Alien civilizations would whisper about this moment.
Stories would be told in distant star systems about the day Earth revealed its true potential. A planet that had been considered primitive had just demonstrated technological capabilities beyond comprehension.
The quantum communication networks continued spreading the transmission. Each alien civilization that received the data would understand the same fundamental truth.
Humanity was not just a species to be conquered. Humanity was a species that would defend itself with absolutely devastating precision.
The universe had just learned a critical lesson.
Earth was watching. And Earth was ready.